Hi everybody, Corrine here. Hope you're all having a good day. Today, because it's cool outside, I'm taking advantage of the weather and I'm gonna actually make a little bit of soup. Now, a couple weeks ago, I made some low FODMAP bone broth, and I just wanted to show you kind of the consistency that we're looking for after it comes out of the fridge. So bone broth is pretty jelly, I want to say, I guess. I don't know if you can see this. See how it's kind of, it's not liquidy, it's like jelly. That's the consistency that you want. That is telling me that the collagen from the turkey bones have kind of broken down through the process in the Instant Pot, or whatever process you're going to use. And so that's what's in here. So you're going to get the benefits of the collagen, some good protein, to help build back up your tissues. And so bone broth, it's one of the reasons why bone broth is so great. So yes, so if you didn't watch that video, take a look back at my history. The video is there on how to make your own turkey, low FODMAP turkey bone broth. Okay, so we're making soup today, and if you think about soup, like the basis of soup in kind of any soup is like onion, carrot, celery. Those are kind of your basic vegetables to like make your starting broth, I guess. But being low FODMAP, onions, garlic, those are bad. Those are no's for most people. So a great substitution is actually leek. Leek, and just using the green part, so not this white part, is great to use because the thicker kind of green parts don't have those sugars in it that are going to ferment in the gut. So leeks, green onions, those are the same. Just to use that green part. So we're gonna throw away, we're not gonna use that white part, we're just gonna use the upper one. Just a quick note about leeks, they get pretty dirty, so make sure that when you are using them, make sure you are washing in between all of it to get rid of all the dirt. I already chopped some up here. I'm gonna put my pot on the stove. So pretty simple recipe, as most of my recipes are for you. Leeks, carrots, ginger, some curry powder, salt and pepper, broth, and then of course my favorite, coconut milk, because it makes everything better. Okay, so let us, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let me show you about the leek and how I'm gonna chop it. Okay, so I apologize for this angle. I am fiddling around with some camera stuff and trying to really kind of figure out what the best angle is. So I already have a little bit of this leek chopped up, but what we're gonna do, I just start from the end, and I'm gonna simply just kind of slice it into half moons. And then sometimes what I do with a leek too, I'll actually take out kind of this inside part as well. Let's just throw that in the compost because that as well, if you're really sensitive, you're having major symptoms, that is going to really affect you. And if anything, just opt out and don't even put the leek in. So we're gonna do that. We'll add this to the bowl, and then we're gonna add this to the pot, which is gonna be nice and hot right now. Okay, let's go over to the stove. Boo, 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 boo. All right, over at the stove, I love this live stuff. It's awesome. It makes my life so happy. Okay, sorry that I yelled. I didn't mean to. All right, on a medium stove, I'm gonna put the leeks in there, and we're just gonna saute this a bit. Now, leeks don't take as long as like an onion to break down. In the pot, I also put a tablespoon of olive oil. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna sweat this a little bit. It's nice to know that that there are alternatives to use to flavor things like leeks and green onions. Another really great tip that I do is I actually have a bottle of olive oil that I use that I have garlic cloves, like smashed cloves of garlic inside of it. And so I get the garlic flavor in the oil, but not the actual garlic part. That's going to help that ferments and stuff. So this is grated ginger. That's about a tablespoon, just a little bit over a tablespoon. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to have to start to work a little bit fast. I'm actually going to throw in the carrot just so that it can kind of meld in with those flavors a little bit. Don't you love my camera angle? It's awesome. It's not so awesome. Yeah, it's a bit better. I could have probably set it up a little bit better, but sorry, guys. All right, so 2 tablespoons of curry powder. And just use your favorite curry powder. That is all good. All right. We're just gonna kind of cook the curry powder a little bit. I like to cook it, just make sure that it's getting fragrant. The worst thing in the world is not adding enough curry powder and eating it raw, because it's really unpalatable and not nice. All right. So to this is nice and everything's kind of melding together and getting to know each other. What I'm now gonna add is 2 cups of our broth. Hopefully I can get 2 cups out. That's about 2 cups. Good. Mix this all together. Get all the bits from the bottom off. We're gonna cover this, let the carrots cook. And then at the end, when it's all done, we're gonna add the coconut milk and then we're gonna blend it. So it's gonna be nice and creamy. All right, so let's just let this boil and let the carrots cook, and then we'll be right back. So I ended up skipping ahead a little bit. The carrots came up to a boil and were soft. I added the coconut milk, salt and pepper, threw it in the blender, and then just blended it. And so this is kind of what has arrived. I'm just gonna put it in a container because I'm not going to have some right now. But I do need this. Sorry for the noise. Okay. As I was thinking, you could do a couple of things in here as well. So if you wanted this to be more of a meal, you could actually open up a can of chickpeas and add chickpeas to it. That would be wonderful. I also actually thought about putting a block of tofu in the blender while I was blending it, because that would also add some nice protein. But you have a nice plant-based soup. Great for like a light dinner. I find in the summer, like I tend to eat a lot lighter in the summer. Salads and soups and things like that. And I'm just actually not so hungry because I think of the heat. But that is it, guys. That is the entire soup by itself. Delicious and anti-inflammatory because of the curry, the turmeric that's in the curry. And super easy to make. It's nice to have like a batch so that you have this on hand and you can have it throughout the week. You can even freeze this, put them in like mason jars and freeze it so that you have it for like weeks to come. So whenever you feel like kind of soup, you can just take it out and have it that way. So thanks so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you following along. Again, if you have any questions or about IBS or low FODMAP, or if you want a recipe, let me know in the bottom, in the notes. You can also DM me if you want, and we can talk about what's going on in your life. So I hope this has brought a couple easy things to your kitchen. If you do make this, tag me in it. Let me know how it turned out. Let me know how you enjoyed it, or if you didn't enjoy it. But thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Mwah.